It looks like Marvel Studios isn't dead set on the release of Fantastic Four First Steps, and that they're looking at potentially multiple release dates to move the film to, so it would effectively move from its end of July release date to some other point within the year. We don't really know where it could land, but that's what we're hearing, so let's talk about it. Okay, so if you're keeping track, and I would assume you probably are, you know that Marvel Studios has 3 films releasing in the first half of 2025. This, of course, being Captain America Brave New World in February, followed by May's release of The Thunderbolts, and then towards the end of July, we have the Fantastic Four First Steps. Once again, this is a lot, especially that Disney and Marvel Studios have said we do not want to overload content ever again. Well, you're gonna overload and oversaturate people because you're also dropping Daredevil Born Again between Captain America overlapping with Thunderbolts and going into summer. Again, we got some issues here in terms of content, and then next September we also have Ironheart, and then multiple cartoons in between there. So definitely too much content. Well, apparently the remedy to too much content is delay stuff, move stuff around, and Fantastic Four might reportedly be moving release dates. Now, we don't know where, that's the thing, but the buzz in the industry is that it's moving. Now, realistically, I don't think they can move it to May and then delay Thunderbolts, because that just, again, what's going on with that if that happens? You know, are they going to reshoot half of Thunderbolts again, like Captain America or something? You know, what message are you sending? So I don't think that happens. More than likely, I could see a shift slightly, a couple weeks forward, a couple weeks back, or it's just going to swap that Blade release date in November, which then brings, well, Fantastic Four back to November like it was always intended to be, except it was at one point supposed to be November of 23. So I honestly think that there is some truth to this, and that we could see the decision made and announced around the next investors call. Wouldn't surprise me. And then that gives them more time for production pipelines and also distribution pipelines, which is the big one. Toys typically hit 2 months before the film comes out. Fantastic Four toys will be hitting at the peak of Thunderbolts, and Thunderbolts toys will be hitting right at the peak of Captain America 4, which means Captain America 4 starts hitting this winter. It's a bad distribution way to handle synergy. So I definitely think that there's something to this, and I will not be surprised if it's announced soon-ish.